Welcome to the Cannon County Chamber Connection, and of course, we're here just about every month. I don't think we've missed too many, but of course, this is also what makes this show happen is DTC Communications. And my name is Carolyn Motley, and the co-host is Keith Reddy. And we're going to tell you what's happening in Cannon County because we want you to attend these things. So pay attention because we're going to give you dates and times and places that you can go on the weekend. Well, you can come during the week too if you want to just shop. You know, the main job of the chamber is to promote tourism and to help businesses in Cannon County. And the way you can do this is through tourism. And the way this happens is if your government, a city and local and county, all work together to make this happen. And so far, that has been happening, along with all of these different organizations who champion these events that bring people into Cannon County. And we love the visitors. We don't expect you to come here and live. Of course, that's happening all the time, but we do want you to come and enjoy yourself. Spend your money here in all our businesses, and then if you want to go home, that's okay too. But we do have some people with us today that help to make things happen in Cannon County, and one of them is Trish Prost, and Trish used to be the owner of the Iron Pig Antiques, and she is now the coordinator, the event coordinator for the Woodbury Yard Sale and Craft Fair. And this is what, the seventh year, Trish?
Yes, seventh year.
So tell people a little bit about this.
Okay, it's our annual town-wide yard sale and craft fair. It's held around the square in Woodbury. The booths that are inside the circle of the courthouse are $25 each for a 10 by 10 booth. And every bit of that money goes straight to the Cannon County Community for Animals. This is one of our biggest fundraisers of the year, and we usually raise $2,000 to $3,000, and that can take care of 20, 30 more dogs, cats in the area. Miranda is doing a great job all by herself. She gets a little bit of grants and stuff, but most of it is out of her pocket. Out of her time, away from her family, so we really need to step up and help her. And besides the yard sale, if you want a booth, you can do crafts, or you can do yard sale stuff, whatever you want. Just give me a text at 615-427-2539. I'll get you set up with a booth. We can either set up Friday afternoon or early Saturday morning, because people start coming real early to this. And then we're usually done by between 3 and 5 that afternoon. The rain date, if it happens to rain, that's Saturday, the June 1st is the next Saturday, June 8th. And it's always, if you are craft people and need to put it on your calendars from year to year, your different shows, it's always the first Saturday in June. There's a couple other ways you can help out if you're not able to get out to the yard sale. You can go onto Cannon County Community for Animals on your computer, and there, as soon as it pops up, it says donate. You can donate through Venmo, just straight donations. You can donate through PayPal, and what we're doing now, we're going to be promoting. You can scan this little barcode thing here, or you can go to cannonforanimals@gmail.com. Let me add that. Or you can just type in Cannon County Community for Animals, and it'll come up. And you can donate one time, or you can set it as a monthly donation. And we're going to be pushing, trying to get up 10 people to, or as many as we can, to do $10. That's $100 extra a month. That's going to take care of another spade, neuter, medical expenses. But you just set it one time, $10, $20, $50, $5. It doesn't matter. Anything helps these animals. These doctors in the area do this at a discount, so anything that we can get back to them, help Miranda out, is greatly appreciated.
Where does she get her animals from, Trish?
From Cannon County, she just has directly, that's all that she can deal with, because she wants to stay true to the Cannon area. And there's so many hoarding, she's working with a hoarding situation right now that has 30 dogs. And the gentleman there has finally let her take them, and we've been picking them up for her. She takes like 5 at a time to get spayed and neutered, and it's gonna cut out. And then the puppies are being donated or adopted out, and he's keeping the older dogs.
Let me ask you this, is the reason he has 30 because he hasn't had them neutered and spayed, or is it that he's just adding to his group?
No, that pretty much is because he hasn't had them had spayed and neutered.
Yeah.
Because last week we picked up for the mom, and there was 4 puppies. And fixed mom, so it wouldn't be no more, and then had the babies fixed, and hopefully they'll be, adopted out. So, anything helps out, because,
Well, it is a
Yeah,
problem. I
it is a
mean,
big
animals
problem.
being dumped. I think every dog we've had, except for one, just ended up in our yard.
ours too,
And
and
we kept it.
people don't realize it's illegal, and you can be arrested, jail time, fined for dumping animals in Cannon County. There's signs we've put up around for, and, it's not as easy as it used to be. You can go to jail for it. So get your animals spayed and neutered, so that this increase, won't just keep going on.
No,
So-
when you hear so much about these people that hoard these animals for whatever reason, whether they think they're having them bred for puppies and trying to sell them, and that usually doesn't go well.
Right.
But, yeah, there's a big need for this.
Very big need. And when you're out and about, you see your commissioners or whatever, or our executives and stuff, keep promoting, telling we need to try to get a
Animal shelter.
Animal
Shelter.
shelter in Cannon County, because the need's there. It's always a money thing, so anything we can do, if we could get something regular going with this PayPal, or say if 100 people gave $20, that's $2,000 a month. That could really make a dent
Big
in something like
difference, yeah.
that. Big difference in
See,
something like that.
that's the reason why we invited you on the
Y'all
show
set me
today,
up.
so, yeah, she could
Set
tell
up
you.
deal. That's okay.
Now, there are a couple of things that I'm not for sure
He's
if it,
used to it.
I'm pretty sure it just aligned to animal shelters, but Tennessee, state of Tennessee has opened up some grant opportunities to check into just here, like in the last week or so.
Okay,
I needed to put a news story in the paper about it, but I got to reading about it, and it's a timely thing. There's like a deadline and stuff. I'll have to get that to you.
okay, Miranda's, she does get some grants.
Yeah.
But it's not enough.
Right. But, boy, 30 dogs. Can you imagine that? A lot of these people, and this is, Tennessee, the extension office here in Cannon County, when they go out and they deal with abuse or they deal with these type of things, not dogs and cats, obviously, they deal with the bigger farm animals and whatnot. They come back and they basically say, hey, look, this guy started out, got himself 2 or 3 horses, had a farm, everything was going well, and then all of a sudden he got overwhelmed.
Right.
And that's what a lot of these,
Exactly.
these do. Why you want 30 dogs, I'll never know, but, it builds your collection, and by that time you're not able to handle the collection, you don't know what the next step is.
That's pretty much what happened with this 30. It's a older gentleman, he had the 2, 3, 4, and they kept multiplying. He's overwhelmed at the moment.
Yeah,
and almost to the point now where he can't feed them and stuff, and she's supplying food. If you do have a need for food, she sets up, getting food donated to you. If that's a problem, we don't want any animal, even if we can't take it in and take care of it, we want, the animals fed and taken care of.
I had the same thing happen. I had some cats moved in my barn. They weren't my cats, but they would come there, and pretty soon I had 13, because they kept having kittens, and all of them were having, but they weren't my cats. But there they were, lo and
We got
behold.
some neighbors like that, and I live in a trailer park.
Possession's 9/10 of law, you know.
I
Yeah.
know that, that's what I kept telling myself. Well, finally, I ended up with none, and so then the mice took over at the barn, so I thought, okay, at least I don't have to feed them. But now I'm back to 3 kittens, or 3 cats again, but lo and behold, they're all males.
Oh,
We're gonna have to get into the zoning commission about this and make like zoning laws about how many animals you can own. It's like, you know, cars and whatnot, but, yeah.
Well,
But yeah, my neighbor had cats and did not believe, or I probably couldn't understand what it was, you know, what spay and neuter meant. And multiple, and they were all gray cats. All gray cats, and we've got a nickname going around the trailer park calling the Gray Cat Mafia, you know. But finally got rid of some of them, I guess, you know, and it's
and
down
that's
to
a lot of it, you know, people don't realize, you know, I know Kim Coon that works with Spay at Fort Cannon County, does a great job with the cats. Miranda does a smaller amount of cats, but one pair of cats in like 5 years' time can be 1,000 cats in the
how
county.
well I know.
So it's, you know, people don't understand that, people don't, not for saying they really don't care, but they just need to be educated and say, hey, you know.
Well, if you're gonna have them, you need to have them spayed and neutered, you
Right.
do, because otherwise you end up, and that's what happened with me, but like I say, I don't know whose cats they were. That was the whole thing, and they'd disappear for a while, and I'd think, okay, they're gone. And then lo and behold, here they'd come.
There ought not be a rat at your place.
yeah.
There shouldn't now. But when they all did move on, and I did give some away, we didn't have any there for a while. And then the mice and the rats did take over.
Yep.
So we had to go hunt us up some more cats.
But
Luckily, my
Spay, neuter,
neighbor
and rats.
had a
Yeah.
bunch.
male cat.
Rabbits too, you can do that because they multiply like crazy, you know, so.
But the main thing I wanted to do is just invite everybody out to the yard sale, and if you don't set up, it's a great fun. We'll have some food vendors there this year, and I've already got 60 booths signed up, so that's
Oh, wow.
about halfway through. We've got about 120 booths total, not counting the grass. So just come out, have fun. My grandkids, daughters will be selling lemonade. It's just a good family atmosphere. And the $25 from the booth rental around the square goes straight to the rescue. And then also I would like to ask people to have yard sales at their home that weekend, at your businesses, at your church. Let your youth group do a fundraiser. And just would love for it to blow up as big as Watertown.
Well, this has gotten bigger every year.
More people are
It
doing
has,
it at their
yeah.
homes and stuff. COVID hurt us for a couple of years there, but we're coming back, and I really have a good feeling about this year. It's gonna be a really big.
I'm going to ask this, and maybe it's not the question to ask, but also on the same day, June 1st, has always been the Gazaway Homecoming by
Right.
Gazaway. Is there any plans maybe in the future in working with the Gazaway Homecoming that, and I know that you've done it, 7 years in a row on June 1st, but maybe moving it to the next weekend? Because I know that they've, you know, the organizers of that event have said that this particular event has hurt their attendance, which, you know, it is what it is. But they would like to, you know, work together and see if one of you could move, I guess, you know, so.
Yeah, but we're not set in stone. We just chose that. We kept pushing it back because we were at the 1st of May, and it ran into
Good old days.
good old
and-
days.
Yeah.
And then it ran into Mother's Day weekend, and the businesses around the square weren't happy with us for that because of parking.
Really?
Yeah, they couldn't pull up and get their flowers and stuff for Mama and stuff like that. But, so we kept pushing it back till we found a day, and then I didn't realize till this couple of years ago, actually, that it was on, the Gazaway.
Yeah.
Because I had some friends going over, and it's like, oh my gosh, you know. But yeah, no, we would be very open to that. It's no big
Yeah.
deal for us.
All right, that's
All
something
right.
for you to do on the 1st right now. And yes, Gasaway is having their homecoming. That's a small community. And you know, they've got an antique store over there. Plus they've got the Melton Bank that you can tour. It has been restored to its original state. And they have the fire hall that usually has a ham breakfast and a fish fry, and they have a parade. But you know, you can go to both.
Right.
If you get down here early
Well, yeah.
to Woodbury, you can go around the square and everything, and
Then you
you'll
have a
find
fish.
something that you just can't live without there.
Exactly.
And as
You-
far as the businesses are concerned, one of the things that I've always said about this is, yes, parking does get to be a problem, but if the businesses will open their doors and welcome people in, they will get some business from this.
Yeah, it makes-
Especially the antique stores.
It doesn't make sense to sit out there and think that you're not going to get business out of a slam-packed audience that you guys get. I mean, open your doors, folks. You'll get extra. I would imagine you get more revenue off of something like this just by the walk-in traffic.
When I owned the Iron Pig, we found that to be
Right.
true. We doubled our income that day, you know, because these are people who are coming like yard sale. They're the ones that want to come antique and look for antiques or other things.
Well, they'll just go in there to look
Yeah,
around.
there's-
Just look around, they don't care. Yeah, you got it. You got the idea.
Give them you know, this, you know, have some little specials going on, have some cookies out, and people remember that stuff. That's why, you know.
Food and door prices.
Yes,
That's what it
that's why we did so well when we had the Iron Pig, because we, you know, such
Yes, you did. I
hospitality.
agree with that. You were always open and you usually got involved in the things too, so that's
Right.
good. All right, Trish,
All
is there
right.
anything else you need to tell us? I know you have something else going
Yeah, I
on,
gotta
so.
head to an auction, but I think that's about it. Just try to come out, and if you can't come out, please go on that website and set up, you know, $10 what a Starbucks coffee these days, you know, once a month.
Isn't that a scary thought?
Uh-huh, and, you know. and-
That's why I
and
don't
have
drink
these-
Starbucks
I don't
coffee.
drink it either. Or it's one Happy Meal or something nowadays, but just cut that one out a month and help these animals out and help Miranda out, because she's doing a great job.
Yeah, feed your kids at home and help feed a dog out there.
That's right, $10.
Just don't give your kids dog food. It's okay.
All right, thank you so
Good
much.
luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you. I'll be back in touch.
All right.
See you.
See y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a good event, and you can make more than one. Unfortunately, sometimes there's only so many weekends in a month, and sometimes things do run together. But keep that in mind, because there will be a lot of homes. You look out for the yard sale signs, because there are people that will have a lot of them at their home. And that has grown every year, so this is a good thing too. Okay, we have another guest here, and we kind of set him up, we did. But he's used to it, so.
Yes.
So
We
he'll
have
be back.
Mr. Greg Mitchell, and he is the county executive for Kenna County. And one of her questions was gonna be to you, Greg. Is she responsible for hauling off their trash after this event?
I'm sure.
We do for the
Yeah.
car show. We
Yeah.
take off all the trash.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I'm limited in staff to do that with.
right.
But I mean, I tell you what now, starting today, and I was gonna talk about this some. Since you talk about trash, we'll just run on into it if you want me to.
That's fine, let's do it.
Canada's got the same problem many places have, well, just about every place across Tennessee, and that's illegal dumping.
Right,
And me and Keith, we're gonna get together and talk about it too, but it's a big problem, and it's getting even bigger. Seems like the more you pick up, the more people throw out. Not everybody, but you have those that, but we're starting to be very proactive about that. And proactive, I mean, we're investigating at these sites, and we are together with Wildlife Resources Agency. We're gonna start, they're helping us closely and helping us work these places, and so I just want everybody to be to understand that we're becoming very proactive. We're having to, because people just throwing stuff in the middle of the road.
I know. I
It's
see
just-
this, I do.
I just can't believe it, but they sure are. And
That's just
And-
trash.
And I have a litter,
Dangerous.
control, but I have one guy, but that's what I was gonna talk about is the Sheriff Young has graciously let me have 2 inmates, starting today. So we're gonna try to be very much more proactive in picking it up around the county. I hope you see the difference, and I know you'll see the difference in what it has been, because it's 3 times the work. Yeah, and to answer your question, they would have to empty their garbage.
Right, that's fine. She just wanted to know if everybody did, and I told her for the car show. But I gotta say one thing about the car show people. They are very good to pick up their trash.
Oh,
They are. I looked around after the cruise-in we had on Saturday night. We always go around and check, and I really couldn't see anything. The trash barrels
no, it was
were
amazing.
kind of full, but there was no trash or thrown papers.
Y'all
or-
had an amazing cruise in. That blew
We
me-
did.
It blew me away.
We didn't think we were going to get as big of a turnout. Now we've learned,
I
so.
went, wow. I mean, when I got down here, it was slammed.
It was almost as many as we have for the car show.
And there were still people coming in.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people from out of town.
Oh,
Because when we gave
lot
door
of
prizes away, it was Manchester, Morrison, McMinnville, Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
I don't think we gave maybe 4 or 5 door prizes out of the bunch that we gave away to Woodbury people.
No,
There was a
there
lot
was
of
a
people.
bunch of people. Some of them I see every year.
Yeah.
But I will tell you one thing that helps. Those flip cards that we make every year, and I did go through my records from last year from the car show, and as high as postage is, I did pick the ones from out of town, because the people here know about it.
Right.
But the people out of town, they may not, so I sent one to them.
Yeah.
And then also, if you go to and everybody's having a car show or a cruise-in anymore every weekend, if you go to some of those, which I will this Saturday, and hand them out, that helps too.
Where are you going this
Because-
Saturday?
Shelbyville?
Miss Shelbyville.
I think it's Shelbyville.
We
that's
will
having it.
thankfully and graciously accept their dollars here in Cannon County.
Yes, we will.
We sure
And you
will.
know, those people that came, we had a lot of lookers, not people necessarily that had cars, but we had a lot of lookers, and some of these people that have cars brought their wives and girlfriends and everything. Listen, they come up there and says, is there any place to shop?
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my gosh, leave your doors open, you know, they're gonna come in.
Yeah.
I don't know that they'll buy anything, but that was one thing, Greg, I wanted to talk to you about
Yeah.
and really thank you for, because it's so nice to have city and county working together to help with this tourism. Because it is part of the income in this county. If you don't have some dollars coming in from outside, probably you're not gonna have enough of your own county people to support these businesses. You're gonna have to have people from out of town.
Sales tax is a very, very, very important revenue stream.
Yes, it is.
And I want to commend the chamber too for all they do with these events and stuff and bringing tax dollars in to Cannon County. We have to have that.
We do.
We
And you know, this year, luckily, we have a board, the chamber does, and the lady that is our treasurer, Beth McQuarrie, is also the director of the Art Center.
Outstanding.
And she's very outstanding
Yes.
grant writer.
she's just good.
So she picked up on some statewide grants that the Department of Tourism came up with, and there was one 5-year grant that it has been great. The only thing that they stipulate on it is, well, they stipulate several things,
Oh,
but
yeah.
one thing is that you have to advertise outside of your county, which makes sense. If you want people from other areas, you're going to have to let them know what you have.
Yeah.
And we have been able to do a television commercial. We've done one for Channel 17, and then we just finished up doing one for Channel 5, and I've seen it several times. It's usually on the 4 o'clock news in there sometime. And we will be looking at Channel 2 and Channel 4 in the upcoming, but you spend so much and then you have to wait till the next year before you have money to do that again. Now, there was some criticism because it is expensive to advertise outside of your county and especially on TV. But this grant money is going to go somewhere. If you don't take advantage of it, somebody else is going to. So, you know, we're crazy not to. But that is not going to up people's property tax. That has nothing to do with your property tax or anything else. This is something that the state was able to do, and we were able to take advantage of it. And we did some advertising in a magazine, and it was called Blue Ridge Mountain Magazine, and the mountainous areas like Gatlinburg and are featured in this. Well, we featured just an advertisement in it, and it was the billboard that we had done the first year that was on the interstates. This is the one thing that we've done where we got feedback from, because I have a list of people that after just seeing that ad in that magazine had contacted the magazine wanting to know more about Cannon County. And so I sent them all some information. Everyone that called back and left their address and everything, I sent them the information. It can't hurt, they're not all gonna move here. That was the other criticism, that, well, we want to stay small. Well, I'm sorry, but people are moving in, and as Murfreesboro grows, you're going to get more people moving in. But that doesn't mean that these people that are going to come here for a weekend are going to move here. They just want to come see what you have, the art center, the antique store, the distillery,
Sure.
the downtown area. And now we are doing a photo shoot on the 15th and 16th. The scouts came up last week. We went around to the different areas that they found on their internet and everything that they might be interested in putting on their digital platform. And they're coming back the 15th and the 16th. They're going to go to several of our businesses downtown. They could not believe what we had here in this small community. They had no idea. We took them up to the distillery. The restaurant up there is great. We took them to Sophia's. They went to the antique stores. They liked the mural on the side of the wall down there. They're going to put that on there. Anything like this. Our food stores that specialize in kombucha and healthy alternatives, and we've got one at the Art Center and then the Wellness Emporium. They were really into that. They thought that was great. One lady lived in Knoxville, and she said they had nothing like that there that she had found. Now, she is the lady who does all the marketing for Murfreesboro. And so she headed this up, and then the 15th and the 16th, the photographers are coming back, and they're going to tell us where they want to go and photograph. And it will be on the state digital platform. So,
Did they?
and there's no charge to that. There's no charge for that.
You were saying earlier about the county and the city working together, and I appreciate that compliment. we do work together.
Yes, I can tell the
We have a
difference, I
very good
do.
relationship with one another, and I'm thankful for that.
It is,
don't-
it makes it much
I
easier.
don't take that for granted, because I think that you have to have that to move it forward,
You do.
or you're sitting still.
And you know, you're interested in doing things to improve the county and to improve the things that we have here. Of course, we lost two great attributes, I thought. One was the swimming pool, the
Yep.
other one was the Moonlight Drive-In.
Yep,
But now I will tell you, on the drive-in, they are renting out that space. If you had a family reunion, or if you're doing a fundraiser for some reason, they will rent you the drive-in. So you just need to call Connie Higgins and find out what all's involved in that. So we have a great flea market here.
Sure we do.
They were packed on Saturday.
they was full. And hey, we got the good old days coming up,
We do, and of course.
and a carnival. There's a carnival down here. I heard somebody, I didn't hear much about it, but I heard somebody say something to the effect that, well, why do they have a carnival same time as good old days? Well, why not?
Well,
The good-
yeah,
the good-
I don't think they're gonna interfere with each
The good old
other.
days is the 3rd and the 4th, and the carnival's the 1st through the 5th. I seen somebody that made that comment and said, how is that gonna hurt anything? There's time to do both.
There is.
Well, you know, and before, in
And-
years before, these people probably, same people that were, criticizing this, you know, when it was the carnival before, you had the pageants and stuff like this. Now, this is just a straight up carnival.
Right.
So
It is.
there's no conflict of
No.
interest, so to speak, with pageants
No
or
beauty
whatnot.
pageant.
And most of your carnival events start in the evening,
Yeah.
And it's
except
big.
maybe on Saturday. They may be open all day on Saturdays, but
It's pretty good size too.
it
Yeah.
is. I was surprised. I went by there on the
Yeah.
way over here.
Yeah.
Because I remember several years ago, carnivals would come in here, but they would leave 2 or 3 rides and a thing where you
They
threw
would.
a ball at something.
Yeah, they sure would.
But this one's pretty good size, and all kids love a
Sure
carnival.
they do.
I don't care who it is. But
Sure
the
they do.
Good Old Days is a fundraiser for our senior center, and of course, this probably won't air by the time that happens, but we'll tell you what you missed next month. Anyway, if you missed the cruise-in, that was a good one.
It was
And we
amazing.
were really proud. And we will be having another one the 4th Saturday of every month through August. And then in September is our big Color of Fall car show. And of course, we have to give a shout out to our sponsors for those events. One of them is DTC. They come set up at every cruise-in, and you can register for the TV they give away at the car show, and they're gonna give you a T-shirt or a cap. Excuse me. Now, I will tell you, I think on Saturday, and she brought 2 boxes of T-shirts. I believe she told me there was 3 left. Now, that was a 3-hour event, because it starts at 4 and ends at 7, but she had given out just about every T-shirt they had.
She has some nice ones.
Yeah, she does.
Cruising on the Square ones that they made up this year are really nice. They're gray.
Oh, yeah, I
They're
seen
dark
them.
gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
And then they also will be set up during the car show. They won't give out T-shirts because the car show has their own T-shirts, but they will be there, and you can register for the TV that they give away.
Now, last year they gave away T-shirts at the car show.
Well,
I got one.
At the end, she said that DTC told her not to come home with any shirts.
That's maybe why I got one then.
So at the end, about the end, I said, well, go ahead and give them out,
Yeah.
if they didn't get one of I think the car show shirts had sold out, but
Yeah.
we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves there.
Yeah.
But those are all things that a lot of different organizations in Cannon County have events. And they have them all summer long, and we're getting ready to have some doozies because people are ready to get out and go. But you know, Greg, if we all work together, whether it be picking up trash or trying to help set up things for these, the Good Old Days has a massive stage that they have to set up.
Yeah.
And of course, we don't have the inmate labor like we've had in the past for whatever reason. But yeah, it's just getting, I think the high schools jumped in,
They
the ag
did.
department,
They sure
and
did.
helped with that.
They
So
sure-
if we all work together, we can all have events, and makes it much easier for the people to come in and enjoy themselves. And we want all the businesses to be part of it,
Yeah.
so please keep your doors open and welcome these people in. You
Cannon
know,
County is
this-
the greatest place in the world,
It
and
is,
we can work together to make it even greater.
we can.
Yep.
And whatever, and like I say, I don't know if you can find too many more weekends, because it seems like about every weekend
Pack 'em
we
up.
have something
Yeah.
somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
And this is good. This is not a thing wrong with this,
No.
but I just wanted to thank you for working with us on this
I appreciate you.
and everything that you do. And Andy with the city is great to
Yeah.
pitch in there and try to help us as much as he can. He really comes into view for the Christmas
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
times, because that event right there, the country Christmas, is for our businesses. That's the main purpose of this. I mean, other than the fact that I love to celebrate Christmas, it's also one of the events that our members, our town businesses, and throughout the county can really take part in, and that is the purpose for that. And we're trying to come up with new and better ideas. Last year, one of the new ideas we had was always on Friday night, and it's always the week before Thanksgiving that we do this, because if you wait any longer, everybody else has already had theirs, so we're trying to get a head start on that. But we did have a kiddie car show on that Saturday. Now, that was an experience. We had anywhere from 2-year-olds to, I think we had one 8-year-old maybe. He was the oldest one. They all had remote control cars or battery operated cars. And that was the one event that I lost control of the minute they unloaded them.
Carolyn was almost in the middle of several hit and runs.
I only
the
got run
toddlers, yeah.
into twice. But anyway, we're gonna try, I'm a glutton for punishment. We're gonna try it again this year.
Yeah, we're gonna do it a little different, but we're gonna try it again this year. I'll bring my sound system out and we'll get the attention of these kids and try to hold the attention of the kids.
Right.
We'll bring our milk and cookies and candy and all that good
Well,
stuff.
you know,
Yeah,
last
that
year we
helps.
had the fire department, the rescue squad, and our police department was there for a while. And the rescue squad told me that they hadn't planned on staying the whole time, but then they told me that they thought they were going to be needed, so they just stuck it out.
Oh, man. You know, I don't know when this will air or whatever, but June the 1st, people need to try to make it out to Gazaway Homecoming.
They do.
Yeah, I hear they're gonna have
Gazaway's-
some great talent over there. Nose boys be over there, of course, they always are, and me and Shane Gannon.
So that's the great talent we're talking
That's
about.
great.
Well,
Sounds
wait a minute, now I'm trying to picture this.
Oh, yeah.
Shane sings.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Pig.
Man, they play. You haven't
We
seen it. You
play
gotta
and
watch the
sing.
Facebook videos.
yeah.
You're on Facebook, right? That's where I've seen them,
Well,
yeah.
I knew Greg did, I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
Shane did.
Yeah.
They did it, what, you went to Gazaway a few months
I
ago.
went every year to Gazaway.
Well,
but
this
we
is
went
something
to,
different.
We went to Fish Fry or something.
Fish fry, yeah, and they got the guitars out, and
Yeah.
boy, they jammed. I was like, wow. I remember him singing, but that's kind of like you, Shane, over here just,
He just hammered it, didn't
he's,
he? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I have never heard of Shane
yeah, they can go on tour.
sing. You know,
We
Greg,
don't,
The Greg and Gannon tour. There you go.
Well, that's kind of catchy.
Yeah,
Hey, we have a
catch
lot
is
of
great
talent.
saying.
At the Good Old Days this weekend will be a lot of talented entertainment too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell a little joke, Greg,
Go ahead.
and you can appreciate this. For those of you that don't know, Greg is also a preacher,
Yeah.
and he has a big congregation at a church not far from where I live. But I heard this joke not too long ago. Now, this is clean.
Got me a preacher joke.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, there was this preacher and a taxi cab driver, and they both died at the same time.
Yeah.
So they were waiting there to see what happens next, after that. And all of a sudden, this big gold limousine pulls up, and the guy driving it had a long white beard and everything, and the doors open, and he told both of them to get in. So they did, and they drove for a little while, and they came upon this big mansion of a house. Just had a circle driveway and a fountain and everything. And the guy driving told the taxi cab driver that he could get out. That was his home from now on. That was where he lived. Well, he was tickled to death, and the preacher's going, wow, if he's living in that, what am I going to get,
Huh.
So they drive a little further, and they drive up to this modest house. It had indoor plumbing and everything, but it was a modest house.
Had to get that indoor plumbing.
And he stops, and the guy driving says, okay, this is where you're going to live from now on, so you can get out. And the preacher goes, oh, wait a minute. He says, I appreciate what you've done here, but he says, I've been a preacher for many years, and I've preached the word to my congregation and everything, and he said, I don't understand why the taxi cab driver got a mansion and I got the modest house. And the guy driving the cab, he says, well, the difference is, while you were preaching, half of your congregation was sleeping. When the taxi cab driver was driving, all of his participants were praying.
We're praying. Hey, I like it. I like
Greg
it.
will be using that in the next
So I
sermon.
just want you to
Well,
remember.
I always, you talking about sleeping now, I've got to tell this, I told my congregation this before. I said, old Paul, he was up there preaching all night. It says in the Bible, and one fell out of the loft. He preached all night long, one fell out of the loft and it killed him. I said, I got old Paul beat. They just look at me. They'll finally say, how you got him beat? I can preach 30 minutes and he'll fall asleep. I don't have to preach all night.
Fell out of the loft. I just had to tell you that.
I like
I
it,
just
Karen.
had to tell you.
Thank y'all for having me.
This is our
Well,
joke
I
of the
do
month, by the way.
appreciate you coming in, and, anything else that y'all are working on. Of course, you're always working on something.
Yeah, and I have still not give up on my stage.
At the horse show
Yes.
arena.
For some reason, I just can't give up on it. I still hadn't, so what I'm gonna do is move forward and use the old stage that we got over there, and it'll serve the purpose.
Well, what are we waiting on?
And I just need to get some electricity to it.
Oh, okay, it
and,
doesn't have
And
electric.
we'll be ready to go.
You can't run any of that from the covered arena, or,
I can run it from them boxes over there at the Lions Club, at the arena.
oh, okay.
That's outside.
Right.
And all those big
Oh,
boxes there.
yes, where the lights
I
are.
can dig me a ditch over there and run electricity over to it that
But
way.
right now, if you run an electrical cord, it's like 50 to 100 feet of electrical
Yeah,
cord
that's
to
a
run
little
it.
bit too much draw.
When you could have something right there on the stage to where people could plug into.
Yeah.
So I'm still after that. I think that'll buy.
Well, the chamber'd like to be part of that if
That's
you,
great. Oh, I want you to be.
I'll I'll have to count on you to bring some of the talent in.
That's fine, we'll find some. We got a lot of talent right here in Canyon County. We got the Noteses, we got the Gilly Boys, we got Shane.
I'm waiting to hear this.
And we've got a lot right here, and I think it would be a great thing for in the summertime, people to come out there and have different kind of genres and music, and people bring their lawn chairs or whatever, and just
Have some food trucks or
have
whatever.
food trucks over there and just have a big time.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. No.
And see, that's another group that does a lot of events in Cannon County is the Lions Club.
Yes.
And of
Yes.
course, well, next month we'll talk about
Yep.
their big one-night horse show.
Yep.
And then, of course, at Christmas, they're the ones who put on the parade every year, and it gets bigger every year. So,
Yep.
yeah, we have a lot of groups that'll pitch in and help with that. And I'm gonna let you go, and then we're gonna talk
All right.
about events.
That's fine. See y'all.
All right, we'll see ya.
Thank you, Greg. All right, one of the things that we've got coming up that you may be able to see, this may air before then, is May 18th at the Art Center will be one of their tribute bands, and it will be Stairway to Zeppelin, which is a Led Zeppelin band, and it will be there on Saturday night only, May 18th. On May 25th will be a Beach Boys tribute band, and I guarantee you this one will sell out. And it will be at the Art Center, and it is called Sail On, because the Beach Boys have been there before, I believe, and they put on a show. So call the Art Center or go online and get your tickets for that. So, because I think, well, maybe both of those. Led Zeppelin carries a
I
big
would
crowd
think,
too.
yeah, Led Zeppelin will be sold out as well.
And then May 25th, it will be another cruise in on the square. It's from 4 to 7. We welcome all cars, trucks, new, old, unique vehicles. We did have several motorcycles this time, but usually the motorcycles, they'd rather ride than sit. So that's the difference between a cruise in and the motorcycles, is the motorcycles, they love to come up here and ride. We've got great roads for motorcycle riders, and we certainly invite them to come. They're welcome to come to the cruise ins. And then let's see, May 24th through the 27th, the Cannon County Walking Horse Association will be putting on their Memorial Day Ride-a-thon. Now, when I say ride-a-thon, this is horses, wagons and mules and whatever. But you can enjoy horseback riding, music, food, horse shows. They have kid activities. On Saturday, they gather down at the old fairgrounds, and they ride their horses through town and up a designated trail to the campgrounds, which is on the north side of Short Mountain. And they have a weekend of camping, horse shows, entertainment. They have a big time up there, and it's a big organization. So they will leave the fairgrounds at 11 a.m., and they do ride the horses through town. And a lot of people come out to watch that too. And so this is a good thing. They have one of these rides in May for Memorial Day and another ride for Labor Day. And then June 1st will be the Gazaway Homecoming. That is in Gazaway, Tennessee. And there's lots of things to do down there. Great food. They have giveaways, a lot of entertainment. It's just a good small community festival is about what I can say about that. But people that go to it or have lived in Gazaway at one time, they enjoy that. And then, of course, June 1st will be the yard sale around the square. And you're welcome to go to Gazaway and then come to this or vice versa. And there will be yard sales probably all over town and in the county too. So by all means, come to that. and stop in at our antique stores and our boutiques and everything. They like your business, so. Let me see, June 14th through the 30th, SpongeBob the Musical will take center stage at the Art Center. And you want to call and get your tickets to that. That will be fun for the entire family. So be sure and jump on that. And then Summer Youth Conservatory at the Art Center will begin on June 3rd through the 14th. Let's see, and that's for grades 1 through 6. And that will be the first one. And then the third one will be, let's see, the second session for the juniors will be June 17th through the 28th. And then in between that, they have a senior one, which is for the older kids through 12th grade. And these little kids that come to this have a big time. So if you're looking for something for your kids to do after school gets out, by all means, call the Art Center, because these book up in a hurry. And they will be taught voice lessons, music lessons, dancing, acting, and they also throw a few games in there to keep their interest. So we just welcome you to take advantage of any of these things. And today we're having school shows for the rest of this week, and there were busloads of kids that were coming in today. So Keith, you got something?
Well, May 19th, after the Stairway to Zeppelin show, and that's going to be a great show, by the way. These guys that I've heard them, I've seen them on YouTube and stuff, and they are almost like Robert Plant and the rest of those guys.
All of these tribute bands are good.
They're really good.
Are.
May 19th, again, one more time to promote this, there is another car show, and it's going to be actually in Murfreesboro, but the people that put this on were Cannon County natives. It's the third annual Showing Off for Shelby car show. Shelby Jordan was a softball player at Cannon County High School, basketball player during her high school days. And it's interesting, they did a news story on her Channel 2 News a couple of weeks ago, and they talked about the story. And what I didn't know was that she got hooked on medication when she was a senior in high school. She broke her foot, her right toe, and got hooked on medication while in the hospital, and went throughout her whole senior year hooked on that medication, and she ended up dying of an overdose. So to put something together in her memory, Shelby's favorite vehicles were Mustangs. So that's why Dennis drives around in Mustangs and stuff. They decided to put a show on in honor of her, and that show, the proceeds from that show go to benefit drug education awareness in Cannon and Rutherford counties, organizations that deal with that. So feel free to come out. That's going to be at the Community Experience Community Church on Old Salem Road in Murfreesboro, right behind Canonsburg, on May 19th on Sunday, starting from 2:30 to 7 o'clock. So we're going to be a little bit more than 3 hours for a car cruise in, but we should have a great time, and I guarantee you this thing will be packed, because there is a lot of support that goes in. People are well aware of the drug problems in our communities, and they're willing to help Dennis Jordan help get education out about those things. So hope to see everybody there. I'll be DJing.
Well, there you are. He DJs at ours too. The other thing I want to mention before we go, because I'm running out of time, is we have a digital sign in Cannon County now, and it advertises events and businesses. One side is a billboard, the other side is digital. And the man who is filming this today is the one in charge. So if you would like to put something on that digital sign to advertise, that's what everybody's going to anymore. Or if you'd like to do the billboard side, please give me a call, and I'll be glad to give you his name and phone number, and he can tell you what all you need to do to get your event on there. So we're about out of time, Keith.
Okay.
And I know you've had a busy week.
Yep.
And your event's coming up as far as the
Hall of Fame
Hall of
banquet.
Fame banquet in Cannon County. So what date is that?
That is on May 16th. 16th is Hall of Fame, 17th is graduation, 18th is Stairway to Heaven, and 19th will be, or Stairway to Zeppelin, I'm sorry, and 19th will be a car show. So,
Well, there you go. We're gonna keep busy.
yeah.
We appreciate you watching, and we hope to see you again next month, and we want you to visit us. We're glad to have you.